is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
So yes, I hope everyone is well. I hope you all had a lovely week last week. I had a wonderful time away, but anyone doesn't realise that I was away on holiday. It's very nice. I went skiing, and I'll do a little stream about that. Maybe not this week, but probably next week. Just because I had some stuff come up, and sort of I've got a bit of a day tomorrow at the hospital, so I kind of don't want to put too much on myself this week, apart from my sort of usual bits that I've got going on. And I have a really fun, well, I hope it's going to be really fun interview with the SP chef on Saturday. I've kind of put it up already, but the time may change slightly, so just sort of kind of get your notifications on. But yeah, we're going to be talking about his art, so that's going to be really fun. Hello, the inappropriate heifer. Oh, got some nice new people on this stream tonight. Welcome all. Please make sure that you like the stream. I apologize for not pre-writing any sort of show notes, but I will put everyone's streams up in the chat and everything, and on screen as we go along, so you can subscribe to everyone. But yeah, so today's topic is on craftivism. So if anyone doesn't know about craftivism, I'll sort of do a little overview, and then we'll kind of talk about it in a bit more depth during the stream. But craftivism is a form of activism. It's typically incorporates elements of anti-capitalism. So sort of anything that comes up maybe politically. Most recently, it's been sort of the climate change stuff and things like that, that kind of people sort of feel a passion for, and kind of want to put their mark onto the world in an alternative way. It actually started with women and sort of a more female-based activity, which is why it's craftivism, because sort of way back when, kind of it was a woman's work to do sort of needwork and things like that. So then that's kind of where it came from. But obviously today anyone can do it, gender, age, whatever. But yeah, so a lot of it came up with the suffragettes, and they were kind of writing little notes in things like that, and then has sort of gone on to things in kind of, I think it was about sort of 10 years ago when there was a note found in a garment from Primark, from among the garment workers. So that's kind of a way of it trickling into other forms of industries and things like that. Hello, Brian. Good evening, or good day after over there. And yeah, so it sort of can take on very sort of various forms. And I've got some slides that will kind of show you tonight, to sort of show you examples basically. So let me grab Maya up. She can come on stream. Oh, we want that view. No, That view's better. Hey, you're right.
Hey. Okay.
Oh,
How are you?
good, good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay.
All right, sorry. Heather is having a bit of trouble coming on, so let me. Where do I want my StreamYard? So yeah, I don't know if you've got any sort of thoughts and words that you want to sort of add to the whole craftivism stuff. Or not.
Well, honestly, I have never heard of it before, but I had to do some reading. I had to do some reading before. Before today. So, but no, it's just that thing has just went right over my head. Yes. So
Yeah.
So I never picked up on that. But I think it's interesting.
Okay, well, let me, I've just sent Heather the link again. Let me pull up my slides. Hello, Lisa. Oh, lovely. How is Brussels? I have not actually been there yet. I want. But where I was skiing was actually a part of the oh no, what's the day today? Was a part of the Dolomites that's obviously in Italy, but the area that we were in was very Austrian in sort of influence and things like that. So it was really interesting. Kind of the different dialects and things like that, cuisine and types of art. It was they had a lot of wood carving. It was really nice to see. Hey Heather.
Hi.
How are you? You're right.
Yeah.
Good,
Well,
good.
I say that, but
Oh.
Again, I am falling apart this week.
Oh no, never.
I have managed to get an infection in my finger,
Oh, interesting.
which might mean I've also got a bladder infection somehow.
Oh no, I hate a bladder infection.
So woohoo! That is my.
Yay for you.
Oh no.
Always got to. I got a gold star from not a literal one, from the doctor for my ability to be able to bandage my finger, but I've taken it off right now because it needs some fresh air. But
yeah, exactly. Let it sort of move about a little bit.
But I have just fitness live to my channel now. Woohoo!
Yay!
Now I finally got on, but but good news, my brother has done all of my hard work, and I now have a banner. I have no underscores. No. And I now have all of my, if I can work out how to set it all up, I now have all of my like little screens that say like streaming later, about, and all of those.
Very good.
Things. So
yay!
Woohoo!
You're more on it than me, I think.
I just have to set it all up.
Yeah.
But yeah, before this, I was on the phone to my sister about my holiday because again.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Not as exciting as you.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
No, it's back back to my sisters again. So.
Oh, lovely.
Heather, Claire, is it just me or I can hear Heather? So I can.
Oh,
I can
think.
hear Heather. I can hear her.
Here we go. Let's do this. If I move this to actually there, does that work? Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
It was like you were sitting on the microphone, and that doesn't work.
No. But yeah. So.
fun. That's nice. You know, spending time with family is always good. So.
Yeah. Well, there'll be some holiday fun and some auntie duties. Well.
Yeah, exactly. Classic.
Yeah.
I just want to show everyone what I'm going to be working on whilst we chat. Is a little thing that I'm going to put over my. Where is Shelley? Because I want to represent the children can't consent. So if you can see, this is actually a C. So yeah, so I've spelled out the children. I just need to sew it down. But yeah, now I'm going to put that over the top.
I was going to be doing some more sunflower things.
Oh,
because
nice.
I was thinking about it when you suggested the topic. One of the things that I started doing was like I purchased some things from the dot painting is different because that's just something that I think my niece bought it for me because it's sunflowers and we love sunflowers.
Oh yeah.
But the other sunflowers I have and other sunflower projects I have are all to do with I've bought them from people who live in the Ukraine because one of the things that was suggested was that you purchased from small businesses in the Ukraine over things like Etsy, where you could just buy digital products. So you were still giving money to people who couldn't. So they weren't having to produce anything or post anything, but you were still able to contribute people directly rather than doing it through charity.
Yeah.
Because charities, some of them can have there can be some problematic nature in some of them, not all of them, but some of them. And this isn't the chat to have that conversation about the problems of charity itself. But
yeah, exactly. I think that's it's a really hard one, and the one that when I kind of decide sort of projects that I'm going to give back to through my business. Oh my God, I spend so much time sometimes just researching the projects themselves to see sort of where the money is actually going, because so many of them, the money just goes to like paying people to do work, which is fine, but you know, it's sort of what actual money is going to the people that like they're meant to be helping, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really love that.
So yeah, it's not quite directly craftivism in the sense of in its traditional sense, but it's still from what I was doing, which is I bought a lot of patterns for things, so like cross stitch patterns and colouring in sheets.
Nice.
So things I could download and I either do it at the same time or do it at a different time. Sorry, that's me throwing everything everywhere. So that, you know, they don't cost you know, they're already produced and they don't cost somebody something. And all of them were sunflower themed because that is the flower of the Ukraine. So that's what
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
But there are other, obviously, types of craftivism that have been more recent and other versions that have been in the past. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll talk about those later. Were you going to say something, Maya?
No, I'm just trying to figure out something.
Oh, right.
Okay, it just keeps sounding like you're going to say something. And I know that I can keep talking and talking and talking.
I know.
And never let anybody say anything, so.
Go. I like it. You bring good sort of conversations. But I'm just going to show you, because I put together some little images just to give some people an idea of kind of what types of craftivism there are. So this is obviously just painting on fabric, but then you get these kind of ones that are more like bangers, that might be sort of like inside a venue. And obviously these are based around gender and things like that. So, and then this being more sort of like a way of kind of graffiti, but it's actually paper stuck to this plinth, to these sort of badges that are more about kind of empowerment and ways to sort of uplift people, to then these kind of more sort of makeshift kind of signs that are kind of fairly small, maybe sort of like the size of like your hand. Hopefully Heather will come back soon. And then yeah, we've kind of obviously sort of whatever the sort of crafter wants to sort of say on there. So this one is around fashion sweatshops, and then to more sort of art installation type ones. This one says revolution is not a one-time event, which is very true. To then this, which is I'm part of an art group, and this is what someone in that art group made. So it's Indian flag, and it's kind of sort of, because that's where they're from, it's around sort of kind of what they've seen sort of go through changes politically. So this one was made of paper and sort of different cutouts. To then this, which people in the UK might be quite familiar with, because we have them in quite a few different places, on top of mailboxes, round lampposts and different things like that. So this one actually says happy holidays on it. It was at Gatwick Airport, which was really fun. Oh, and I've just seen, sorry Heather, I didn't see you down there.
It's okay.
You've been bumped over.
Suddenly Chrome had closed and
Oh no.
I wasn't here, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Wait, if there's any of these that sort of you want me to go back over so you can see, just like let me know. And then this one is really cute. So where I'm from, there's one of the little villages nearby has a paper mache festival every year around like the Maybank holiday. And it's just like really fun. So I found them and I thought I would put them in because I think it's sort of quite a creative way of kind of looking at craftivism, sort of not necessarily needing to be political, that it can just be a bit of fun. So there's some little tortoises. That is my niece when she was very, very young, besides some scarecrows. Oops. Oh no, I thought I had some more. Yeah, so they were just like really fun.
So, is these pictures you have taken yourself? Yeah.
Sorry?
Did you take these pictures? Have you seen them?
Not all of them. The last ones, yes, because I was there.
Yeah, because do you have many that sort of art things around in England?
It depends on the time of year. Like I say, that was around May, bank holiday, and there's in many of the villages there will be various different things going on like that. But yeah, but sort of not necessarily, you know, where my friend, I've got a friend down in Devon, and around her little town there's lots of knitted fish and things like that around all the lampposts and things. And yeah, so that's just sort of kind of a bit of because it's like a fishing town and things like that. So just a bit of fun.
I came to think about, I haven't thought about it in many years, but some years ago we had, I don't remember why, if there was some kind of bicycle event or something, but it suddenly became kind of a movement that people kept, they painted old bicycles. They decorated and painted and put them up in the driveway and in the roundabout and yeah, everywhere, and with flowers in the basket on the steering wheel, like it was.
Oh, that's really fun.
Old kind, like not new fashion bicycles, but the old nice, like you can see a grandma, but yeah, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
cool.
and painted them pink and in all kinds of colors, and it was really nice that to see them all over when you were driving, and they popped up everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool.
That's the only, I can't remember anything
Yeah, I
else.
wonder what that was for. Because I know,
Yeah, I
like
think
when like my dad goes and sees like the different sort of Tour de France and things like that.
Yeah, because
there's often
we
sort of big cycling, you know.
I think we had some kind of a bicycle race, Arctic.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but every year they have some kind of. I don't do sports, so I don't remember what it's called. But I think it was in that time
around
that
something like that.
yeah, because of course it was filming, it was cameras, and there were helicopters, and there were
yeah.
to kind of do something, and so there were fun looking bicycles all over.
Oh, cool.
So
hey, Freezy, new project. Have fun at work.
hey, I'm sorry. I'm so lost. I can't keep up. I can't watch just the chat and keep up with what you're saying, so I'm just
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry.
too much translation, in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get it. It's the trouble with hosting these now. I get far less crafting done.
Yeah,
But
make art not war. I used to say don't
yeah.
instead of don't drink and drive, don't draw and drive. So
Oh, very good.
that's kind of dangerous too.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Brad, I'm excited to see what you're going to paint during this session. He said he's gonna do a painting, so that will be fun.
Brad and I have had some kind of drawing sessions or something
He was telling
last
me.
week.
I'm excited.
So I feel like, oh gosh, I'm picking on him, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
to tell someone, because the things I say, it's not necessarily how it's supposed to. It must be done, but it's like kind of how I would have
Oh,
done it.
yeah, yeah. Maya is my new teacher. I love it. So funny. You'll be doing art teaching streams.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm big enough to do that.
I'm sure you are.
Where did the head go?
I'm thinking she's
Oh,
probably got someone there. Yeah, you're right, dear.
Yep. It's
oh,
my
okay.
prayer call is just finishing, so
Oh, yeah.
But no, craftivism is one of those interesting that using grassroots people to campaign for the things that they need is a very interesting
Yeah.
thing, I think, because quite often they come out of each individual's. Quite often they are just single people thinking we need to change something. And often you just find out that it's just one. The amount of times I've been to a meeting about a campaign and you just find out it's just one man called Tom in a corner.
Yeah.
Doing this one thing by himself. So yeah, it's very interesting, and also I think one of the other interesting things is that it can be. There were some things like I don't know if you've ever seen the campaign about having the freedom to breastfeed where you want to, and so people made hats that looked like. See, I can't remember the rules about what you're allowed to say, but
it's all right. I'm free with that. I'm not monetized yet, so it doesn't matter.
So they look like nipples. They made hats.
Oh, I love it.
Like, and they put the pattern online, and then you can just download and knit the pattern. And then just people when they get told to hide their child or hide their shame, just put this woolen hat that looks like a or there's a very similar campaign for people who are experiencing cancer. Where they need good night. You just put a back on it, and you can stuff it.
Very good.
And then you can, but that's the same sort of thing of like people needing support with something, and you just do it. You just do the thing that needs to be done, or you just show the thing that needs support by just, you know, making it. Or you could see that when people were making masks, suddenly
Exactly.
crafters were going, we know how to do this, so we're just going to do it.
Yeah, I should actually get some of mine, because I did a load of it with my masks, because they were just like out of like natural cotton. I then embroidered over the top so that they sort of like looked a bit different. But also I just realized that this was next to me, and I brought this when I went to a gallery the other month, Mobilize the Poets, which I really love. Oops.
So one of my favourite, when we were planning this, I was talking to you about the fact that I volunteered on a project at the People's History Museum called Never Going Underground, about LGBT activists.
Yeah.
And the fight for the partial it was the anniversary of the partial decriminalisation of homosexuality in 1967.
Right, yeah.
And my favourite piece in the entire exhibition is this man's coat that's just covered in badges.
Amazing.
Like, some of them are commercial badges, some of them are homemade, but what made it so special was one of the badges was the badge that which was to do with ending nuclear, but like the nuclear, like there was a risk of nuclear bombs or something, like it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the 80s, and him and his future husband both had the same badge on the bus on their way to the same meeting in London, and that's how they met.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it's a homemade badge. Somebody just sat down and made them one day, and it's just this sort of really cute, like, they saw each other on the bus and decided and it's just that sort of, there's so many elements of this, of like, I don't know, maybe
it's like, bringing people together in different ways. It's beautiful.
And grassroots activism does that, but also there's something about making things to then make the change, like sitting down to make the banners, or sitting and
of which that was something that I didn't actually get out, was my bangers from
making the protest signs. And after the Trump, there was a rally. Was it the women? There were so many ones after the Trump election.
Yeah.
I think it was the women's one, where we had ones across the world. There were ones in different countries across the world. The protest signs were collected by the museum that I volunteered in, and put into the collection at the museum, so that they were preserved. Because what's really interesting about activism generally, but also things that are handmade like that, is sometimes there's no intention of us keeping them. We don't think about it. We just sort of make them because we need them.
Yeah.
We don't make them because we think we're going to keep them. We don't, we make it because we need it for that protest, or we, need it for that event. We don't make it to keep it. Now, there are some examples of groups that did that, like, William Morris, or, the Bloomsbury group. And then there are others that we have no intention. You know, when you make, I've made T-shirts before that I've never intended on keeping. I think I probably would keep them because that's the kind of person I am. But the T-shirts I made with young people, for example, I don't think they kept them.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing, and it sort of goes like in this thing of sort of, when does, you know, sort of a bit like sort of graffiti, and because sort of yarn bombing is like a sort of version of kind of graffiti but in yarn, when all that kind of stuff becomes just something that someone's like done, you know, and put in like the street, versus then a form of art, and then it sort of is given value. And it sort of reminds me of kind of Banksy and kind of what he does with his sort of graffiti, and how his stuff is very sort of political, but it's then the fact that sort of other people are putting this value on it, that that sort of, that kind of spreads it around the world in a bigger way, which I think is very powerful. And
but we've also decided that I love Banksy's work, but we've decided it has value, therefore it's allowed. But
yeah,
lads, I'm not saying it's always lads. That's just we've decided that the group of teens down the road who were who were graffitiing because school's really tough and they're having a hard time, and their way of expressing their voice, who are, you know, graffitiing on the wall further down the wall, that doesn't have a value.
exactly.
We've decided that Banksy does have a value, but the people further down the wall don't. It's like we decided that you know, the cartoon, you know, it's a very strange world of like Keith Haring. Is it Keith? Is that how you say his surname? His work has now gained, you know, this wider popularity that seems to have lost its underlying meaning to it. Like, I don't know if that everybody understands where it came from, and that that the reason it exists is because of a fight for, you know, young, healthy, you know, because LGBT, particularly gay men, were losing their friends, and he wanted to fight for that.
Yeah.
It could partly be because, you know, the NHS stole his characters, or, you know, made a dupe and nobody noticed. Because I still think that nobody noticed.
No.
I'm sure I've mentioned it multiple times to different people, but Keith Haring's characters look the same as the end. Do you remember the healthy eating little people? They were like, eat your 5 a day and, you know, swap an apple for a chocolate bar because the sugar.
Yeah, exactly. It's only you just saying that, I'm just like, oh yeah, actually, it does all look very similar, and I'd never even thought about it.
It does look very similar, and Keith Haring was sold in Primark last summer. And so it's like, but it wasn't sold with any information that said Keith Haring,
this is where it came from,
was an artist who lived during the 1980s because and became famous for his work because of the national, you know, HIV crisis. No, it doesn't say that. It says Keith Haring. It just says Keith Haring on everything. Doesn't give any
background. Yeah.
which is a shame because it's a brilliant opportunity to do that teaching.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying everything has to be a teachable moment, because that's why I get called boring and
Oh no, never.
and get told to be shh. Don't start about the body shop again.
Oh yeah, it sounds like my mum.
I think because somebody exclaimed because they were like, "Oh my God, where am I going to get my ginger shampoo from now?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it's the body shop." And they were like, "Don't. I know your opinion, but don't." Sorry. But
Oh dear.
yeah, the AIDS quilt. That's a very
Here we
good
go.
example.
Yeah. In the US, and I think of the AIDS quilt when I think of craft activism from Terry Ray. Hello, Terry, by the way. Yeah, that's really good one to think about.
And
I'm just going to address no, Lisa, I didn't even know about the protests in London, and I was away. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't think I'm included in all that anymore, but it's fine. You know, if anyone in London ever wants to do any protesting, let me know. I'm not going to do it by myself, but
well, they are. Well, this week in my list of random, in the last week, I have got a Jehovah's Witness one.
oh,
They came to the door and I said, "I will take the leaflet, but unfortunately, I cannot stand here and talk to you." And then just walked away.
I love it.
My limp was quite pronounced because
There you go. Yeah.
because because I'm not very well, so
Yeah.
more like nah. I wasn't intentionally being like no, but
Yeah.
I was being nice. Like, it's not their, it was
Yeah. It's not their
two
fault.
women, so I understand the social context of that situation. So it wasn't unpleasant, and I just wanted to read the leaflet to see what indoctrination they may provide. What do I need to counteract in my local community?
Yeah.
Because that's always the thing, isn't it? You have to be aware of what's around you.
Yeah.
Like the local Pride Angels, who always stand at the Pride Parade and cover the evangelical Christians who like to tell us we're all going to burn in hell.
Oh, interesting.
So they make themselves giant wings that are so big they literally cover the people screaming at us.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds so good.
So yeah.
See, that's the sort of thing. It's sort of using crafts for good, which I mean, you can't really get bad crafts, to be honest, but it's always interesting when I sort of see them using a sort of way of like disarming people. It's always my fave.
Well, it's always worrying when they just. My concern sometimes is the location of something.
Oh yeah.
Like, I have to work out who's running it, if that makes sense. Like, is this a community group using the local using the local church hall because that's the best. That's the only community centre, like the community space there is.
Yeah.
Or is it the churches realise if they have a knitting circle, they can
It gets people in.
get people in?
Yeah. I'm always like that with sort of like churches that have cafes. It's like, what are you what are you hoping to get from that cafe?
So
But then there's some really nice cafes in churches, it's sort of like
yeah.
it can be a really nice atmosphere.
Well, there's a really nice one. I really want to go. Well, hopefully, maybe next week, depending when I'm going away.
Oh, nice.
I might go to the one I went to, not the church, the bookshop that I went to for my birthday. I've only just
yes.
in my head because
Nice.
I need to go somewhere nice.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to see my niece and nephew and my family and all sorts, but sometimes you just need to go to the bookshop that's also the places you imagined in your head when you were a teenager.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, just a bit of you time. What it's all about.
Or the art shop, art supply shop.
See,
yeah.
However, our art supply shops are either out of town, well, not quite out of town because nothing's out of town, but like on the edge of a motorway.
Oh, yeah.
Function bits of everything, like next to the B&Q. You're like, why?
Classic.
So I can't take myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because there's no buses that go there.
So the other day, my PA surprised me with a trip to Dunelm.
Oh my God.
I really want to go to Dunelm because it's the only place that has any mimosa flowers. And then I told myself how I'm going to make the thing I want to make with the fake mimosa flowers.
Lovely.
I want to make hair clips like the ones I've got for my sunflowers.
Oh, nice.
Because I've discovered that apparently on the 8th of March, women gave each other mimosa flowers as a...
Oh my God, I didn't even realise that. That's really nice.
No, well, I didn't know this either until somebody posted a makeup look on another Facebook group, and I was like, and they were like, just getting ready for the 8th of March, and I was like,
what's the 8th of March?
I knew what the 8th of March was. It's International Women's Day. But I didn't know why they were putting yellow flowers on their face.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, why these?
So you don't go march in the Women's Day parade?
We have different, like, they did have a march this year, I think. They probably called it a parade this year rather than a march.
Yeah, parade,
But they did have one. Our city council, because to be fair, we're Manchester, is very, very up on International Women's Day. The home of like some would say the home of the UK's suffragette movement. We've got the Pankhurst House, and it's that important that they built the hospital around it, which means that I have got to visit it a few times. Especially when I lived that way. I don't live that way anymore. So, yeah. so the council is very much into International Women's Day. They will do all sorts of things. A few years ago, when it was 100 years, was it 100 years? Yeah,
Yeah.
20. Yeah, 20. Well, it can't have been 2018. Can't have been that long ago.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll have to look
But
it up.
but I went to they opened a new statue, and I got invited to the opening of the statue, which is weird because it's outdoors. I don't know how you open a statue that's outdoors. It's not like opening a building.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Put a rope across, a ribbon across the car park.
So yeah. So I got
you were opening. You were.
I didn't open the statue, but because I am involved with the People's History Museum in Manchester, so the Museum of the National Museum of Democracy and Ideas Worth Fighting For. That's our tagline. Can you tell I've been saying it for years now? I sometimes get invited to these sorts of things, and
2020.
So I got to go to the opening of the fancy statue.
Oh nice. Yeah, sorry, it was 2018.
She got to stand. She stands opposite St. Peter's Square.
Oh, cool.
She watches the trams come in and out, standing on a chair.
Wonderful. Such a perfect job.
Yeah. But they've got examples of craftivism in them as well, because they would make their own ribbons, and they would make their own bouquet, like sets of flowers.
Exactly.
I've forgotten what the word is for. You make
like the ones that would go in the buttonhole.
Yeah, a buttonhole. What you call it? Buttonhole.
A buttonhole, yeah.
Because they couldn't, they reached certain points and couldn't buy them because people knew what they were buying them. Like certain colour sets together, so they would send in the people out separately to buy different sets of flowers and then put them together. It's all those sorts of things. So
exactly, and then the start of women not being able to have pockets, because what if they put stuff in those pockets? And
because originally a pocket was, you'd have a hole in your skirt, and then your pocket would just be on a belt around your waist, and then there'd be a hole in your skirt, and then you could put your hand in the hole, and then the pocket would be there, and it'd be really heavy.
I just want to put up, Lisa is asking, Maya, what are you drawing?
I probably picked the wrong picture to draw because I'm not sure what I'm doing, but yeah, maybe it's
oh, that's cool. Is it stairs? Yeah, it's stairs.
Yeah, it's stairs, and it's some rocks, and
nice.
I should have made it was kind of it was the wrong view.
I like it because strangely it reminds me of my new set of highlighters.
Oh yeah.
That's weird. I haven't used them yet, but the colours are very similar.
Oh nice. Oh, I like them.
I don't know how good they're going to be as highlighters. Especially
Yeah,
why
exactly.
would you start selling I can't do this. Black highlighters. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't see that
Highlighter.
one at the end. Interesting.
they
Okay.
don't work as highlighters. They're meant as an art
Maybe it's to
marker.
underline.
Yeah, it's just
They
really.
look kind of muted. It's not right. It's not the. It's not highlight. It's just like more muted colors.
Yeah, I think they're trying to target, as my niece calls them, the that girl market.
Oh, what
Like,
is that girl?
so they're people that have got
More
like,
money than sense.
no, like they have like flowers behind them in hanging rope baskets and plain
Oh.
walls and know how to do yoga in the morning and have a very, keep journals. She really desperately wants to do, to be that kind of person. And I'm like, you just have to get up in the morning. And she's like, oh no, can I just have the flowers and the pens? And I'm like, you could, but then that's fine. We can just keep bits of it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
But they're called Fat Girls because they're sort of like the people who do those get up in the mornings where they're sort of like they're sort of like, I've made my bed and everything is white. And then they're like,
Oh
and they'll
god.
have this tiny coffee. Do you know what I mean? Like they're those people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Remind me of that, but I really liked that. I thought they might be good for, if they're not good for highlighting, they'd be good for like using in your journal or colouring in.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and
Very
they
nice.
were my like, you've been to the hospital present.
Yeah.
Bribed myself. You called the doctor when you were poorly. You know, like how you bribe kids to go to the dentist when they've got toothache?
Yeah.
Like that.
Very good. I do that often. I do that often with working. I'm like, right, I'm just gonna, finish putting in this sleeve and then I can have a cup of tea or then I can have some food.
Yeah, this was like, you've been to 4 hospital appointments this week. You can have the special pens.
I love it.
So I was like, yep, special pens. Because I like stationery. Just like stationery.
Yeah.
Always have done.
Yeah, exactly. I like some good stationery. I'd always get a new pencil at the start of school every year.
Oh, pencil case shopping at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, miss it so much.
Yeah. My fave, which I've still got somewhere, is a Snoopy pencil case. It was a red one. It's really, really, really nice.
Nothing beats a good pencil case.
No, exactly.
Do you remember when they come like in different layers where you kind of open and it was you flip over and it was, oh my god, when
do you mean I found fabric versions that are different layers. They are from Amazon though, so it depends if you're like a Amazon person or not.
They did not now they are like normal, but I remember when I was a kid and the first pencil case like that I saw and it was like cassette player or some like a that was the image on front and it was like zip and open and zip and open and it was like, oh, it blows my mind. It just I was so I just had to add I managed to cram myself to get it. So I did get it eventually, but
Oh,
Yeah, I remember the feeling like when I saw it. It was just it was mind blowing to me. I have never seen like something like that.
I love. It's the same. It's the same feelings I get. Makeup has overtaken stationery, but
Yeah.
I can still get excited in an art or stationery shop. But like my poor brother, he says I've watched more makeup content in the last week than I have in my entire lifetime, because he's like
Oh.
he's been like doing all of the work to like set up my new, like, to work out what I need for my actual YouTube space. So
Yeah.
watch this space. I will have a new space. That was a lot of saying the word space. I apologise.
No, you're right.
But
You
he's like,
just tell your brother he should be glad you didn't use him as a testing
he'd probably be quite
object,
as a model.
or maybe he would like that. I don't know.
I don't know. He but he the other day, because I wasn't feeling very well, my finger was playing up. I had to go. We went to Wagamama's, which is like the noodle place. Because my other brother has wanted to go for years, and so we went. But I couldn't go in my electric wheelchair because I was so tired. But it meant that my brother Nathaniel, because my brother Mackenzie wouldn't have gone, brother Nathaniel ended up pushing me round the makeup shop and listening to me go, right, so what they've done is they've released this colour, and I don't know why they've released this colour and told us that this is the colour we have to have, because we've got this colour. Like, what are we doing this year? Tropical orange instead of Fanta orange? What's the difference? And he's like, I don't know. I really don't. And me going, can I have do you know what I mean? Like asking for a particular kind of brush and him going, I don't know what that
I love it. Is this
oh, that's my brother.
I was just like reading it. I was like, is this
That is my brother. That is my
I
brother.
love it, I love it. Hello Tipsy.
And yeah, so it's just me going around the shop going, what do you think of the glitter? And him going, it's glittery.
I love it.
It was just really funny. But yes, I am very much looking forward to it, and I am going to recommend him to anybody who needs any help. If
bless.
he wants to do it anymore, because he just was like, see, what you're going to need is you're going to need a light in this corner and a light in that corner, and then you probably need them on remote. And I'm like, okay. I haven't even got as far as I'm just okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thanks. I wasn't expecting to be here, but
thank you for adding to our watch count. Please make sure that you like
yeah,
and subscribe to everyone.
but yeah.
What I was going to ask you as well, because something came up on either a podcast or something on YouTube that I was watching the other day about someone on what's the makeup reality TV show? Can't think of what it's called now, but let it glow up. About how someone had as one of the challenges, it was sort of questioned afterwards as to whether they'd actually had prepared for the task, so whether they just did it out of that sort of not being prepared, but someone had written like something across the model's face that was in protest about sort of LGBTQ, and now I can't remember the full sort of context to it, but I just wondered, in your sort of makeup kind of verse, if you knew of much kind of
I do it a
craftivism
lot.
in that. Yeah.
I personally use my makeup a lot to do protest.
Yeah.
So the sunflowers thing, I have done quite a lot. So I'll go to particular meetings and purposefully do my makeup in a particular way. That might bring up a question. It won't be directly writing a word across my face. It will be like having my makeup in the colours of the Ukrainian flag. I did when I had meetings with I think I had some meetings with some councils in like around the country. I've done pride makeup before, where it's been different colours. I've definitely done my nails, which I don't personally do, but I've done my nails in the colours of the Disability Pride flag. I've done these ones. Let me pick the finger that isn't. Let me think that isn't unwell.
Yep.
You've got.
Oh, nice.
They've got the flower on. That's.
Oh yeah.
Most of the flower on, but they're in the colours of the suffragettes.
Nice, yeah.
Because it's been International Women's Day.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
will like. But I've seen people also do things like wear makeup when it's not expected of them either.
Oh yeah.
So people who may be considered masculine wearing makeup to places where they're not expected to wear it.
Yeah.
And I think makeup is a protest. I, for one, as a disabled person, am expected to be a certain type of person. That's what's expected of me, but wearing my makeup makes me feel like I am not being entirely always that person. So it is a thing for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. And there are I know that there are people at the moment who want me to teach them my watermelon look that is in my little roundel, which I haven't got intentionally. That's just the best makeup look it's my one from last summer, but but people have asked me to teach it as a protest, like as a thing for a protest.
Oh, cool, yeah.
So I would say that makeup can be a protest. I also know people had learnt face paint as a protest, you can use face paint to. So some places are now using technology to be able to recognise people in crowds.
Yeah.
Not everywhere, but some places. And there are face paint techniques and makeup techniques that mean that you cannot see people's faces.
Oh,
And
interesting.
that's being used in different places. I don't know it personally, but you could say that that is an act of defiance and protest to be going out wearing that particular look so that you're not seen. But
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, makeup can change your whole outlook, and your face
yeah,
is not recognizable. So
so
Mm-hmm.
today I'm wearing eye makeup that's apparently supposed to make my eyes more blue. I
Oh,
don't know if it's
interesting. It does actually.
because I'm wearing blue mascara and blue eyeliner. So apparently my eyes are
Mm.
more blue, but I don't know if it does.
From where I am, it is.
Doesn't help that my eyes aren't really opening.
Yeah.
To answer,
Oh, Brad,
yeah,
about anxiety.
yeah, yes,
Is my anxiety considered a disability?
yes, because you would face the same barriers as it's about facing the barriers in life.
Yeah.
So there, it's not about you like you are not the problem. It is the barriers you face because of your impairment. Your anxiety is causing you an impairment, therefore you are a disabled person. That is considered
Mm-hmm.
a disability. It is not to do with how society, whichever society you live in, considers that to be a disability. And I'm sorry
Yeah.
about the hand waving. I know that can be difficult for anybody lip reading. I apologise.
Oh.
Don't stop me. Or anybody who comes back. I get told off about my hand waving, but I hope
Oh,
that
you know what? I've never been said that because I'm usually, if I'm not crafting, then I'm usually the one throwing my hands around. So that's good to
I
know.
hope that helps, Brad, as an explanation.
yeah, if we think about it like PTSD or
Mm.
PTSI or whatever they are calling it now, or anxiety or whatever, it can make you so you can be like a prisoner in your own home because you can't leave, you can't dare to leave your home,
hmm
Mm.
and that's a disability, I would say.
Yeah, this is the thing. If it is
So,
stopping you from living in
yeah,
what is considered a typical life, and it is impacted by the barriers that are put in place by society, you are then disabled.
yeah.
That
Like me,
is,
some days I have like um I have PTSD or whatever, and I get so much anxiety, and I don't know exactly why because I can't like pinpoint what it is I'm afraid of. But going to the store, if I need groceries, I just can't go to the store, and the store is I can sit in my living room and look out the window, and I see the door of the grocery store. It's like just 100 meters or whatever from my window to the grocery store. But I can't go. I'm sitting there and watching people going in and out to the store, and I'm sitting inside about, oh, I can't go. So
Mm.
yeah, it's that is
Thank you very much, Brian.
yeah,
Sending good vibes to
right,
everyone.
right back at you.
it's that I think that's always the thing that and thank you for sharing. I feel like why did I turn in? I tell people that I scarily turn into a platitude card. So if it sounds that way, I'm really sorry. It's not meant that way. I turn into like I could work for Clinton's. hallmark. But
No, I like it. You put things in a very concise way, clear and concise way.
but it's that thing of if it is stopping you from living your life, it
Right.
is an impairment. Therefore,
You are disabled to do the
that's
normal things to live.
Can you bring up?
I was going to say, do you want me to bring this one up from Lisa?
Yes.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to bring it up if you were going to go into something
No.
else.
So, in response to Lisa Lupin, that is the governmental stance. I'm working on the that's the governmental stance. The model that I work on is the social model of disability, which is the one that if you're in the UK, we should be working to. That's what our entire benefit system got moved to when we moved, and they didn't listen. So that's what that's supposed to be, but it isn't. This whole officially, if you have two conditions that last more than 12 months, originally came from the social model. You'll also see it in other policies because they've just messed around with things we've said in the social model. It's very complicated and very confusing. And if we started at 9 o'clock at night, we'd never get any sleep. So,
Exactly. I apologise.
So that's where that difference comes in, and why I always try to say there will be the official stance in your the official stance bit where everyone is, and then there'll be the there's like different models of the way we look at disability. So I've come from a model of the social model of disability. There is also a different model that a lot of autism groups work from, which I can talk about at some other point, which is where the languages are different from different places. But hopefully, as a whistle-stop tour of the social model of disability, again, that sounded like I didn't like talking about it. I do. I just know that I should probably do like a actual video on it.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, you have to have two conditions
in the UK. In the UK, officially.
So if you have no legs or no arms, So
for certain benefits, the way that they do the point system in the UK means that it's done in a way that if you can, because you can feed yourself, you won't get any points for feeding yourself if you have no legs. But if you, like, they just, I can show people the form one, like not the form, but like the tally sheet. But it's basically you go through and you have to like go, I can't walk this far. I can't, and then you have to work out how badly you can't walk, how badly you can't feed yourself, how badly you can't do, read or write, how badly, and you rank yourself on this form and then provide medical evidence. And then if you want to get your blue badge, you have to as they said, have 2 conditions that are disabling to mean that you can get it. Like, it's all of those. Your blue badge is your parking badge. Then if you want to get your bus pass, that's a whole other rigmarole, because you can get your bus pass if you're a veteran straight off, but you can't get your bus pass. I have to fill out a completely different form because I can't walk a certain distance, but I could also fill out a different form because I'm autistic. Do you see what I mean? Like, it just gets really complicated with that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I've got a different set of forms because I can't work, but I need to have the PIP forms and can't work. I feel like me and sorry, I'm on meds and painkillers, and so I just be greeting you think, but I know that you told me their name.
Brad.
It looks like me and Brad need to have a conversation because I'm quite good at benefits.
Yeah.
So, I can't make any promises, but we can at least have a chat.
There you go.
I can't promise this week or next, but we can have a chat. Because
But here, I don't know. I am on disability, but I don't need any other help or.
Oh no, if you want to get care at home, that's an entirely different system. Care is done by your local authority, so you have to give them a whole different set of forms. So you don't get it because you've done.
So you have to do some to get considered to be disabled. You have to do some forms and to get help.
You have to jump through hoops to prove that you're disabled.
You have to do some benefits because you're disabled. You then have to do some forms because you're out of work. You have to do some forms if you are in work and need help because you're disabled. You then have to do some forms because you need parking, like if you want to get your parking badge or bus pass. Then if you want help at home because you need care assistance, sorry, my laptop's moved, care assistance or any of that kind of stuff, that's a different system entirely, which isn't related to healthcare. They're 2 separate systems. So you have to pass forms across, do everything. You might have to and certain benefits, even though you apply for them separately, if one gets cancelled, and then you need to apply for your housing benefits separately to your disability benefit, but if your disability benefit gets cancelled, your housing benefit will get cancelled. If you live in a council house, that means you might lose your house. I knew somebody whose husband died and they lost their housing benefit.
Oh God.
And that meant that they could lose the house they were living in literally within 3 months of their husband dying. It's that the system is just so what's it that you just your brain just.
Can you hear the crickets? It's like it's empty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know the exact feeling that Brad has got right now. That feeling that Brad's just put up at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is I get that feeling, which is why I said that I would have a chat, because
so can you you should be provided with a secretary to get all this.
Oh, don't, because Adam, my PA, they called Adam, my PA, at the doctor's. They called him my secretary at the doctor's the other day when they called him my secretary because I needed him to help me write my prescriptions down while he was on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it was like, please. But that's a whole different
Hello,
system.
Jennifer.
Even that's a different system to getting care assistants that are the team that just left are a different system to the team that Adam's under. So they're
Right.
two different teams. They don't
Yeah.
know each other. And even through the council, they're two separate teams. And people are like, oh, it must be great to not have a job. You're like, no, I spend all of my time
Yeah.
It's a
doing this.
full-time job.
It is.
I don't think we have some kind of system to make you like if you need to get the parking spot thing that you can park in the handicap parking. Of course, you have to have some kind of you have to prove that you have that you can't go use the regular parking spot. And,
Yeah.
And if you need a special car, you can get like if you need a car with a lift, so you can
Oh, yeah.
do the wheelchair.
That's a
But then you
different.
just that is just
That's an add-on.
that's a whole kind of messy thing. But
That's an add-on. That's an
Yeah.
add-on to another benefit.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
because we're under it's because of the current government we're under, who believe that everybody should be able to. Well, they've called it now leveling up, which made me laugh out loud at when I was getting my nails done the other day, which I get done because they stopped me from doing the washing up, which is something I've been told not to do because of my health. It made me laugh out loud because it's like, we're levelling up Birmingham and we're levelling up blah, 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 blah. No, what you're doing is you are like trying to tell people, like they were just saying random stuff about like getting disabled people into, which basically they mean like, we are going to try and get you to do, because I did the course at one point and it was like, we're going to try and beef up your CV. And I was like, I've got a degree.
Yeah. Don't need to beef it up anymore.
And I'm not boasting. Like, I'm sorry if I always feel like it sounds like I'm boasting. But the problem is with our current government is they think that certain groups of people are out of work because we don't want to work. Not because
Exactly. They did it to artists at one point.
Can't physically work. That's their opinion, and so they're taking their actual personal opinion into their running of the government, which is how it's worked. So I'm sorry, I've got a little bit political.
That's all right. That's all right.
But that's how it currently works, and so we can't be. And they've taken out that they aren't looking at it medically. So they will still reassess people who have disabilities that won't improve. Cerebral palsy doesn't magically disappear.
Exactly.
I will have this with my entire life. My spine will always have metalwork in it. It's not going to get any better. It won't improve. So you can't. The benefits they're giving me are benefits you get if you work or not. One of them, but they reassess me. Every 10 years maybe is the maximum time they'll not assess me for. At one point, it was every 4 years.
Oh no!
Some people it's every 2 years, but they will take in people who've got disabilities that will never get better. There is no way they can. Autistic people, like suddenly they won't be autistic anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
My disability is the same.
Yeah.
And they are wasting more money trying to track down the people committing fraud than the money wasted committing fraud.
Yeah.
So it's 0.05% of money spent on that people spend that's lost committing fraud, and then they're spending millions putting people through reassessment to try and catch people committing fraud.
Exactly.
So
The thing is that from all the people that don't work and have is on disability, of course there are some that is using the system to because they don't kind of feel of working. But I think that's such a small amount that it's just stupid to and they think everyone is like that. I would love to go to work. When I was working, I loved to work.
Yeah.
I was working with like go home to people and give them care to live at home, and then I had people can get like a taxi car that is this amount of money every year, so they can people who can't go take easily go around and travel and so it's not that much, but to go to the store and everything. And so I was working mainly with old people, like 80, 90, like old people that was still, they were living at home. But the taxi card, we have to reply every second year. We have to reply again. So it's like the woman that hardly can walk when she's 92. I don't think when she's 94 that she's so much better that she don't need to take taxi. And like people, one guy he had amputated his legs and he needed to take a taxi, and no, he had to prove that he couldn't, that he still didn't have his legs. It's like hello.
But those are the sorts of some of those are the sorts of things that they will send you to be assessed for. That you still have that you still haven't got your legs magically grown.
How much
you just
research
another
are
pair.
they using for those stupid things that it's like obvious. Legs don't grow out and your spine doesn't.
Yeah, my spine doesn't. And the frustrating thing about it is the amount of time, as you said, all of these systems not working together, the amount of time and energy I am spending trying to get it all to work together means I don't have time to do, like, I would like to work. I would love to work. I'd love to work flexibly. If you gave me enough support and I could work flexibly and not injure myself, I mean flexibly as in time-wise, then I would work. But I can't work safely. I cannot work with the time flexibility that I need. I can't attend the appointments that I have. And I spend 90% of my time at the moment having to talk to different doctors to tell them other doctors exist, even though people have sent me to all of them.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. Yeah, because it's a reason. It's a of you. You have the mental capacity, yeah, to do all these things, but all the people that just I get so overwhelmed over things like that I just shut down and I can't get it done.
I do get overwhelmed and land up in a corner crying. Yesterday I felt so unwell. I had, like, after being so overwhelmed by everything and feeling so ill, I had to call my mum.
Oh,
Literally had to
yeah.
call my mum. I'd be like, Mum, I don't feel very well. I really don't feel very well, and everything is too tiring, and I don't know, and I don't know why. I've taken the antibiotics, and it's not working. Help me. But it's just, you live in this, it feels like a waste of having to use all of the skills that you have to do something that should be done. Like, this all should be automated.
Yeah,
Automate it.
exactly.
But all of these things where these things should be, this is where computer systems should work.
Yeah.
I know they should. And instead, it's me having to file paperwork and carry it with me and have files and files of it in my office. Like, we're talking 5 files of just medical paperwork, 2 of benefits paperwork,
Yeah.
files in my office that I have to then take to different doctor's appointments because they don't organise it properly. So
You know, when I
there you go.
when I
That's the UK medical. That's the UK system for you there, Maya.
Yeah.
Show you how difficult it can
yeah,
be for us.
it's not everything is not easy here. Trust me.
I wasn't saying it was
No,
easy,
no, no,
but it was the look
no.
of shock
I
on
know.
your face when you were going,
But
what?
yeah, but I don't think it just sounds like I will. Yeah, I would shut down. I would. Yeah. Well, here it can take, like when I stopped, couldn't work anymore. I was on some kind of. I got paid my salary, or but from the government, sort of, and then it went over to I. The disability is like 66% of what your salary was.
Yeah.
So of course it goes down, but then I think it was 5 years, because before I could before I was able to reply for a disability, and then they have tried. Yeah, they want you to try different things, and of course you should. But once I got to disability, I I automatically get like a, a card that if I should take a bus, I get half price.
Nice.
So so yeah, it's kind of it's like old people, like when they are retired, they are like getting this special old price things, and disability people get the old people prices. So
Yeah.
and, but here I have ADHD too, and some years ago we I discovered that I could actually reply for to get some extra money because I have ADHD, and I just filled out the form on the internet, and whoop, I got the extra money because I have ADHD.
Wow.
No, you'd have to reapply for your
Yep.
benefit. You'd have to tell them that you've had a change of circumstances. Then they'd probably reassess you.
Yep. For
Yeah, no,
everything.
I replied, and of course I said to send it like a note from a doctor that she said I have ADHD, and then it was okay.
No, so differently in the UK. I'm not saying no to what you've said. I'm saying in the UK, what happens is they won't take your doctor's evidence as fact and proof. They will then get their own company to assess you. So the
Yeah,
government doesn't believe that that what your doctor has written is fact and enough. If they feel like sometimes it's just like they feel like it, they will put
Yeah.
you through their own medical.
yeah. Yeah, it's
And
like
most of the time, it's in a center. I went to one center where my wheelchair wouldn't fit in the accessible toilet
Oh my word.
because they'll do it on purpose because they want to catch you out. They want to prove you are not a disabled person.
Oh, like
They
see
want
if you
to
get out and
prove
walk.
you don't need benefits because we're all liars.
okay.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, we are. It's like that here when we're applying for disability. Then of course we have to forms and the doctor of course have to write a letter and when you apply for it and then some doctors down south in somewhere I don't know where is sitting there and reading the note from the letters from the doctors and the specialist and everything.
Mm.
And then they think, no, you're not. Even if your doctor, like I have a doctor I had for 20 years, and but I was lucky. My doctor knew me very well, and she knew the system, so she knew how to write the letter. Because if you write the letter in just a tiny wrong way, and you word your letter in the wrong way, then they said no. But luckily, she knew that she had learned that. She said, "Oh, I know how to write the letter," and because she said it's crazy. Sometimes they rejected a 65-year-old or 60-year-old woman with cancer, and she was really not workable or able
Yeah.
to work, and they said no, she can work. And they have
Ah,
never met her, and they have never. It's crazy just because the doctor didn't word the
in
Yeah,
a particular way.
letter
That's
properly, the right
ridiculous.
way. So
it's
I was
all,
really lucky. I was so lucky.
it's all to do with wording and phrasing, and
Yeah,
it's
because they
there's,
twist everything.
there's so much of that involved that it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and it's so crazy that they don't trust the doctor that you have. They, they have never met you, but they don't trust the doctor that say you can't work. It's just beyond me, and yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
answer to Lisa Luton,
Lisa. Yeah.
it is called PIP. It stands for Personal Independent Payment,
Ah.
which some may think is comical because it doesn't provide a lot of independence.
you
Oh,
should,
interesting.
Heather, you should start um like a business to like what do you call it? Personal assistant thing that you help people to navigate all these things because the problem the often all the things you can reply they don't tell you. You have to figure all this stuff out for yourself.
It's I think part of the community work stuff that I like to provide. Like there are things that I can definitely monetize that I'd rather monetize and then provide this information for free because it feels very much like the information of the underground that people should have access to at all times. If
I
that
was
makes
going to
sense.
say.
Whereas
Yeah, no, definitely.
being able to go, if you want me to do your makeup for your wedding,
Pay
then
me.
then pay me. You see what I mean? Like there's
But getting through life, yeah, like you don't
getting
need
through
to.
life, I'm going to give you some of this information for free because everybody should have it. Because why should it be this hard?
Exactly.
I think
Definitely.
is the way I see it.
So you should start making videos about it and
Yeah, I should. I definitely should.
because you know a lot. You are very knowledgeable. You know you have
Thank
done
you.
this a lot. I guess I'm guessing you have.
I have done it a long time.
Yeah.
And it.
And Lisa says that you're a force for good, Heather.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry that you have to fight so hard. But you know,
I think that's one of the reasons why I know so much, is because I didn't want other people. I don't like other people having to fight this hard. That's
yeah,
why I sort of grab all of this information and fight for it to change. It's part of my day job. I say day job. It's not paid.
Yeah.
It's not paid. It's volunteer work that I do during the day, so
Yeah.
I know a lot of it. But that's just generally disability advocacy and disabled people fighting for disabled people. So,
Exactly. Because that's the thing. If no one else is going to do it, then you've got to do it for yourselves.
Yeah. So.
I'm just going to bring up as well, because Brad, where did it go? Brad sent me his little craftivism that he's been doing whilst we've been streaming.
Yeah.
Make art, not war.
I love that.
Which
I
is
do
flowers
love that.
coming out of the cannon, I think. So that's very nice.
That's
Thank you very
so
much,
good.
Brad.
That's awesome.
Well, Brad, I know it stresses you out, but
There's definitely help that you can get, I'm sure.
yeah, as I said, get in touch in a couple of weeks, and I'll.
Yeah, I will pass his number on to you,
Yeah.
Heather, and then you can, when you're in a good space, then you can contact him.
Yeah, when Betsy me on trying to do stuff, and I'm not trying to wrangle small children. I say small children,
Exactly.
one's taller than me, and the other one's almost taller than me.
Oh gosh.
They're smaller than me in age, and therefore I can say
They are small, yeah.
and
You need
impress
to
them.
stop eating all that veg, making them grow.
Don't say that, because they probably would.
Oh no.
So I am
Eat your veg.
I know I haven't been here for long, but I am going to have to go in a minute because I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, no, I was thinking I'm going to go soon as well, because yeah, I'm still, even though like my holiday, I was only an hour out, it's really like taking a toll on me. So
But
I've
Claire,
been very, very tired today.
Was it the thing you are sewing over the?
Oh.
Is it the jacket? Is it the?
It's the hoodie.
A hoodie. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because I got it at the start with the whole where is Shelley thing, like, because obviously I'd heard so much with Leah Remini saying about it, and I just feel it's come to a point when it's sort of less of kind of what I want to project, kind of less
It's
where my mind is
more,
now.
It's
Whereas,
more important to save the children.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like the whole children can't consent messaging is more kind of I've always had a thing about sort of standing up for children like that have been trafficked and things like that. So so I'm just because I was going to do the free Bob Ferris, but actually I think the children can't consent is again a wider stance that I would like to take more.
Yeah, that can be translated to other religions.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's more
so
wide.
Bob Ferris is free. Bob Ferris is kind of like a special. You have to know the story.
Exactly.
And it's
So,
it's just been so crazy lately with all this stuff. Oh yeah.
oh, I know. I can't even.
I don't know. I've been out of the loop with most of it, so I just
Yeah,
that's
to be
where I'm
honest,
going
Yeah.
to stay.
there's quite a few people who I just don't even don't even engage with anymore because I find they are in some ways creating the drama, and that isn't what I'm here for.
So
I do not join movements for drama. But what I was going to say off the back of that is obviously sort of I got the inspiration for doing this stream because of Liz Gale. So if people haven't watched Liz Gale on YouTube, go and check her out because she did a thing recently where she did a massive banger with all of the names of all the children who have being passed away or have left Scientology.
Survivors.
Yeah, survivors. So yeah, so that was kind of my inspiration. And then going forward, because we're now in March coming up to April, and in April it is Fashion Revolution Week, is held then every year. So I kind of want to do some stuff because I haven't in the past few years been able to do anything for it. So yeah, so this year I kind of want to make a thing about it, and there's some groups that I know that go around the streets of kind of London and do some repair. Oh, now I can't even think of what it's called. But it's sort of like kind of like repairing in the streets. And now I can't even think of what it's called. But you basically just sort of like set up with a chair outside a fast fashion store, and you repair stuff, and people come around and they ask you questions and sort of yeah, understand kind of the movement as such around kind of anti-fast fashion. So that's what I'm going to be doing, as well as kind of more promotion stuff around particularly sort of garment workers, fair pay, and things like that. So you will see a lot more streams about that in April, just to let everyone know.
What did you call it?
Oh, Fashion Revolution Week is in April.
Revolution. Okay.
Yeah. So that has been going since the Rana Plaza collapse in 2016. No, that's too late. Oh, now I'm gonna have to look that up because actually I've gone really blank on the year of that. Because I always think it's a lot later than what it is. I think it might be 2014.
I think here's someone. I think it was doctor student that keep fixing kids' teddy bears and sewing them up, and so I don't know if they're going. It's because they shouldn't be afraid of the doctor, or it's because they fix up kids' teddy bears.
Oh, that's
Because
cute.
they can sew, doctor students.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so they
yeah.
kind of take the teddy bear to the doctor and then they sew it up and.
Nice. 2013. I should really know that. Yeah, so the 24th of April 2013, the Rana Plaza garment factory in India collapsed, killing, I want to say, yes, 1,134 people and injuring 2,500 people more. So yeah, so every year since then there's kind of a little a week of activism basically that goes on to bring awareness to it. But yeah, in terms of the sort of stuff for kids, my grandma has actually gotten into knitting baby hats and mittens for premature babies,
Oh,
which is really sweet. And I would like to also start, but I need to sort of like look at when I can really sort of fit it in. But there is a thing where you can sew up menstrual pads for people around the world who can't otherwise sort of kind of access that kind of stuff. So yeah, either I do that or sort of kind of look at something else that is kind of needed. But yeah, so if anyone is interested in that sort of stuff, then let me know, and yeah, sort of maybe you can help me sew some stuff up. I just want to also bring up Lisa's comment. Lisa says that she's with me. Children can't consent, and I will stand by you. Still want Bob out. Yes, exactly. So do I. But I have to hit the nail. But you have to hit the nail on the head. Yeah. And yes, Lisa, anytime you are around for protest, let me know, and we will go and do our own thing. Oh, there you go, Brad. That's good.
Yeah, I
Got
was
to
trying to
apply
work
for a
out.
veteran's ID.
Yeah, I was
I
trying to
don't know
work
what
out.
that gives you,
Yeah.
but
I was trying to work out how to congratulate Brad. I can work out if comments go on my page or if they collect.
yeah, I don't know if you can click on them, but if you click on it, it should come up. But I don't really know if that works your guys' end
So-
or not.
I thought, why is the veterans ID just going like automatically? Then they know you have been in the military and you have been. They know what you've done. They know you are a veteran.
Yes, we know, Maya, but you know, there's
Yeah,
That's
but
too
not
much
how
of
it
things.
it's just, it's just.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yes, and you
Oh,
know, one day, hopefully, we will have better political people at our helm, and they will understand these things.
It's an easier way to prove that you have served in the UK Armed Forces. So instead of having to take your proof of service
Oh yeah,
to places, you can just show them this card.
very good.
yeah, but the card you should get that like. It should be like
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, it's like an
yeah,
automatic.
like,
Yeah,
right. I
It should
just
just exist. Yes, lots of things should just exist. We shouldn't have to.
I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Oh no!
I didn't mean to cause that kind of stress to anybody. I apologize.
No. It's just.
I
had no idea.
If that is how people feel, I want you to go and do something that makes you feel calm. Have either a hot or cold drink, whichever makes you feel relaxed, and go and sit in a room with calming lighting.
And we will look at Maya's art as that calming.
It's not on the rocks. Looks not 3D at all because I was just distracted of all your mental health, your health service over there. So anyway, it is what, and I picked the wrong.
No, you're fun. Right. So then we will come to an end. But before we do, I want everyone to take big deep breath in through the nose, and then let it out through the mouth, and let all your stresses fade away, because we can only deal with what is there in front of us, and sort of it's good to talk about these things, but sort of don't kind of stress before you have to, because stress is a tricky thing, and
So we have some places like that over here too, and a lot of things is going on. So that's why I'm just, because that is just, I just understand it. So now when you're talking, then it's just like, oh, I just get so frustrated that you're so
yeah,
stupid. Yeah. Anyway.
definitely. And Lisa, no, you didn't cause anyone any stress.
No. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to talk about it and know about these things. So.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I hope that everyone liked this, and please make sure that you hit the like button. Oh gosh, sorry, Brian, I'm putting up your banger before mine. Yeah, please hit the like button. Subscribe to everyone if you are not already. I'm going to put them in the comments again. And oops.
Brad, you have to breathe. You have to breathe.
Exactly.
You can paint some flowers and send me the pictures.
Oh yeah, very nice. Oh. Fabulous. And yeah, and thank you all so much for, well, you know what, Brad, maybe you need to be careful, because maybe you trigger other people when you're saying that you can't breathe and things. Yeah, please be aware. But yeah, thank you to everyone for coming and joining us on this lovely chat. And yeah, and I hope everyone liked it, and sort of, maybe we can kind of pick back up on this after April, and sort of I'll show everyone some things that might have happened during Fashion Revolution Week, other than sort of kind of what I've been doing, because there's always some fun things that happen during that. And yeah, have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you soon.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.